The head coach will not be there. The FA says he's excused himself from the match for personal reasons, which means the game will be supervised by Dusman Affair. So we'll look at that. What a possible starting lineup will look like. Who's been in camp in the last few days? And when we should expect the Black Star squad to be announced, because we know that from Tuesday, the team will start camping in Wales ahead of the Wales game on June 2. The GFA protocol officer is the busiest man at the moment, because in Mexico, after the game, he will start changing the tickets of people. If they divert your ticket to Wales, you know you have a chance. If they send you back home, well, my brother, you're welcome back home. We'll be waiting for you. So we'll look at that. Also, lots of squad announcements this week, and we saw the Monday night one, Neymar and Brazil. Oh my God, what an emotional one. Look at the celebrations, the scenes from across Brazil. Oh my word. The big news there is that Neymar has been included, but already, even before he's kicked the ball, there's huge fight over the fitness of Neymar. Apparently, Santos are understating the extent of his injury, while the Brazil national team doctors are saying the injury is worse than they stated. So there is a bit of untruth there. So the drama started even before kickoff in Brazil. But yes, several teams announcing their squads around the world. We saw Belgium's squad as well. Big omission. Romeo Lavia has been left out of that particular squad, of course. We saw the Portugal squad, Germany's squad. This morning, we also saw the squad of England. Our opponent, Croatia, have also named their squad. But England named their squad this morning.
Acknowledge me.
Danny K.
In the week.
Danny K.
The biggest news of the week.
The biggest news of the week is coming. Let me finish introducing the show.
Acknowledge me.
Let me finish introducing the show, Daniel Cranton. Let me finish introducing the show.
Acknowledge me.
Put this microphone on top here. You put this one here.
Acknowledge me. Vento Tahiru. Acknowledge me.
Daniel Cranton.
Acknowledge me.
You are acknowledged.
As what?
As Daniel Cranton.
No, as what? As what? I'm acknowledged as what?
As Daniel Cranton.
No. I will not accept that. I will not accept that. Acknowledge me as
Daniel Kofi Cranton.
No. Peter Kofi is not even my name.
Daniel Kwame Cranton.
Fantastic. But as what?
As the great Daniel Cranton. The Oracle. Okay, let's go there. The Oracle.
No, I'm not the Oracle. I'm not the Oracle. I'm not the Oracle. I am, you know what I am. Say it and let me go and greet my fellow brothers. Acknowledge me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game Plan. In our presence, we are honored, blessed by the presence of the newest Premier League champion. Daniel Kwame, Thierry Henry, Jokeres, Cranton.
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over.
I'm acknowledged.
Danny K. This
Play for me, my brother.
is for you.
Super.
We had a dream, bring the big trophies to you guys. There's much more to come. We have to do it all together and make sure that we chase the dream with enthusiasm and positivity towards next season.
For the last time, Arsenal went 3 seasons finishing runners-up. They then won the title in the 4th season under Arsene Wenger.
This is the first side of the modern era to go through a season unbeaten.
These players want always to get better. I am confident that the target is now to get it out of the team next year.
Chelsea, top of the Premier League, ahead of Arsenal for the second time in 12 months.
Arsenal and Henry, the platform to write one last chapter into the history of Highbury.
Hat-trick! What a way to say goodbye.
For the very first time, welcome to the new Emirates Stadium.
Never leave Arsenal, it's in you. I don't have to say it, I don't have to talk about it, and I will never change.
And Gallas collapses in tears at the final whistle. 2 points
have simply been thrown away. Early cross towards Van Persie. Oh, what a goal! Thierry Henry! Just had to happen, didn't it? He's left something to remember him by.
Jack Wilshere, Cazorla, Giroud again. Jack Wilshere!
By Wilshere. Sanchez! It's Giroud! Oh, that is utterly magnificent. 606th and final home game as Arsenal manager.
Thank you all for being such an important part of my life. I will miss you.
Big boots to fill.
Mikel Arteta was a big leader at this club. I loved here.
And after 25 years of continental competition, they miss out.
The change in the team, you know, you have to be optimistic about what Arsenal can do under this manager.
A fresh, young, developing team under bright new management.
Controlled by Declan Rice, and he squeezed it in!
Oh, what a ball by Odegaard. And Martinelli's in behind here. 4-1.
Give Johnson, what a save!
Saliba, this time by Gabriel and Xhaka to put the game to bed. He does just that.
It's the closest they've come for 20 years. It's another huge step forward.
Very excited, very ready. Really looking forward to a very interesting season.
Strong signings, different qualities, different personalities.
Eze, that's a beauty. Gyökeres, 3-0 Arsenal.
Gabriel Jesus, first touch! Trossard! That's how you do it!
Wendia wins it for Aston Villa.
Rodri was arriving. Haaland! The finish line, so close. Odegaard. Still Martin Odegaard, it's in. Late, dramatic, ecstatic.
Mikel Arteta, what a celebration.
I want to thank you all. This is the soul of this football club. And each of you contribute to that.
Arsenal are the champions. The party can begin in North London after the 22-year wait.
It's just been so tough the last 3 years, and to finally do it, honestly, what can I say, Mikel? Unbelievable.
These days.
Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. My word. My word. My word. My word. You cannot tell me that you did not get goosebumps just listening to that. Like, there is no way you didn't get goosebumps listening to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would say one last time.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. Champions stand.
I'm back!
Oh, Daddy K!
I'm back!
For the champions, stand
Stand up, Cicho, stand up. I choose stand up. All of you, stand up, stand up.
Here we go.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Close. Now it's just who wants
Oh,
it
Charlie!
most.
Oh, Charlie! Oh, Charlie!
That's how it
Charlie!
Oh,
Charlie!
oh,
weaknesses.
ah.
Vision,
Oh, can't you see?
I'm on the move.
Make way for me.
So stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up.
Oh, Charlie!
Stand up for the champions, stand up for the champions, stand up.
Oh, Charlie! Oh, Charlie!
Arsenal fans, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Afa.
It's your moment. Daddy K, in fact, you know what?
Afa.
Let me give you your favorite song. This one.
Afa.
This is your favorite song. Danny K.
Charlie.
It is here. Eh?
Oh.
That's right. Oh, Charlie. Oh.
Man. Ow. She's rolling in the bus. She's rolling in the bus. Eh. Ow. Oh,
your favorite part is coming.
Oh, Charlie.
Give it to them, Daddy K. Give it to them.
It's over. My baby say over. It's over. It's over. Oh. Afa.
Okay, pause. See, Joe Philip, actually, welcome to the show. Daddy K. Achu.
Yes, sir. What's up?
Achu Tamako, how you doing?
I'm good, yourself.
Daddy K, listen, we've got a lot to go through.
Oh, yeah.
A lot to go through.
A lot.
Okay. Including the Nicodemus and scandalous exclusion of Cole Palmer from the England squad. Okay, so we'll get into that as well. But Daddy K, we'll start from the Arsenal point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. And in honor of the victory, to celebrate the victory, today I've decided that I'll hand over my seat to you.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, yes.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes.
Oh,
and then you will start the submission. You can start from Achu. You can start from me. You can start from. You understand? You can start from Chicho. So, Daddy K, please come. Come and host the show, Daddy K. Come and host the show. The show is yours. Collect the headphones. That's right. Let's go.
Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Let's go.
This feels good. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Charlie. I can wear the headphones. Oh, super fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Charlie. Welcome to Game Plan.
That's right.
On Joy 99.7 FM.
Wait, Joy what?
99. Oh, my God, man. Charlie, my name is Premier League champion Daniel Kranti, and I'm here with Saudi League champion Sichofe Atrim Philip. I'm here with Club World Cup champion.
Chale.
I'm here with assist champion Victor Achu Tamaklo. Oh, Chale.
What did I say? Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, Bruno. I mean, that's what you want this season. Oh, Chale. The Lord is good.
Oh, God.
The Lord is good.
Oh, God.
It feels good to be in this seat.
It does.
And it feels good to be a
The
champion.
seat befits you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it does. With the red in the background, the red and white. Oh, my God. Charlie is tailor-made.
Oh, Charlie. Look, I'll start off with a confession.
Okay.
After Arsenal faced Wolves, it was back-to-back Wolves and Brighton.
Yes.
And Fent asked me to explain. And I finished a long explanation where I said I will not panic. And I will not panic. And then after he handed over to Cicho, and Cicho spoke, and he ended with Charlie. That day my heart was doing me. I lied that I was not panicking. I lied.
Oh, God.
I was panicking. I will be sleeping in the house. Then I will hear I'm far. Then I will wake up. But Afa is over.
It's over. And then for like 2 weeks after that, the video kept resurfacing.
Video that they posted 2 weeks ago, I'll be you see Twitter now, when you watch one video, the next one will come. I'm there, no, unrelated though. Then say I'm far. In my comment section, people say I'm far. Everywhere I turn, on TikTok, on Snap, on Facebook, everywhere, say I'm far. Then my heart will be doing me, oh, but Charlie, I'm far. Oh,
Afa. Listen, see, Danny K, I would say this. You know, there are times when we play with certain issues, but there are times to be serious. Your conviction and commitment to your stand that Arsenal were always going to be Premier League champions is admirable. And it's good to see that it finally paid off because, to be fair, this is not the only season where you've backed them. At least for the past 3 seasons.
Oh, yes.
Every season you've backed Arsenal to win the Premier League title, and it hasn't happened. And, you know, there are many, in fact, there are even some Arsenal fans who must have probably even giving up that it was probably never going to happen, especially even this season. There were moments this season, especially after the Bournemouth defeat, where everyone thought, you know what, and we all thought, myself included, that this was going to be another season where it was all just going to fall apart at the most crucial moment. And for whatever reason, somehow, Arsenal found a way to see through to the finish line. And I think it's big congratulations to Arsenal, to Mikel Arteta. I don't think, by Pep Guardiola, I don't think any other manager has been as consistent as Mikel Arteta since he came to the Premier League. Since Mikel Arteta joined the Premier, in fact, not since he joined, I would say the last 4 seasons, Danny, I'll tell you this. Arsenal have spent more time on top of the Premier League table than any other club in that period. Yeah. 569 days in total, I believe. That is not a joke. To consistently be competing at the very top, finishing second twice in a row before eventually getting here. I think that is a mark of consistency eventually paying off. And you have to give credit to Mikel Arteta because he had to learn his lessons. He changed the style of football. This season, everyone called them boring, set piece FC and what have you. But he knew he needed something different if he wanted to get one over Pep Guardiola. And that's why he adapted. And that's why I respect him. It's not that Mikel Arteta is not capable of playing that flamboyant, all-attacking football. He did it. It didn't work out in terms of winning the Premier League title. He's changed the style, gone to set pieces, 18 corner kick goals this season alone, 28 from set pieces. You see, we always talk about the greatness of Pep Guardiola and how he influenced the entire league and even lower leagues in England with his style of football. I think this season, that's exactly what Arteta has done. Because you look at the sheer number of set pieces that have been scored across the league, not just in the Premier League, even in lower division leagues in England, you see that Mikel Arteta's football philosophy and influence also has gone beyond Arsenal. And that's what, for me, really impresses me, that everybody sees what he's doing and thinks for a second, this is a winning formula. Let's adapt it too. Because this season, even Spurs have scored 17 corner kick goals. Yeah. That is more than the previous record from the 93-94 season. Before that, it had never happened until Arsenal led the way and everybody just followed suit. So, for me, I think Mikel Arteta, at the age of 44, the second youngest manager ever to win the Premier League title. Only Mourinho won it at a younger age, I think 42 or so. It's unbelievable what he's done at Arsenal. And you look at the signings he made, signings that he knew were going to help and improve them, because last season or the previous years, they had issues with Saka. They brought in competition for Saka. And Madueke contributed. Of course, he was helpful too. Gyökeres, he scored 14 league goals this season. And somehow, Arsenal found a way to win. I don't think, in fact, I was looking at the numbers the last time. In the entire history of the Premier League, there's only been 2 times where the winner of the Premier League title has scored 14 goals or less. And that is Chelsea in the 05 season, when Lampard scored 13. Yeah. And then Man City in the 21 season when Gundogan scored 14 goals. Yeah. Other than that, any team with a striker scoring or with your lead striker scoring less than 14 goals, you're never going to win the league. Arsenal did it with Gyökeres. And, it's unbelievable. Even one of the things that really impressed me most about Arsenal this season has been the fact that Mikel Arteta has learnt his lessons in so many ways. And we explained some of them. But the one other one that I felt was very important has to do with the way he was able to pick up points from the teams in the lower half of the season. We know that has always been his undoing. Even this season, it threatened to happen with that Bournemouth defeat. And we remember 2 seasons ago, the Fulham defeat, the West Ham defeat, even the Everton one. He's had those moments where Aston Villa, those crazy draws, Southampton, where at the most crucial moment, teams in the bottom half of the season, he's losing crucial points to them. Because Mikel Arteta has never had issues with beating the teams he's competing with. In fact, out of all the 40 games he's played against the top 5, he's only lost 7 of them. 6 of them, huh? Yeah. Thank you. He's only lost 6 of them. That is incredible. So he's never had issues competing with the other teams that are competing with the league with him. But this season, and what has always been the issue is the bottom half, but this season, he's picked up more points against the bottom half teams than any other team in the Premier League. And that is a big lesson he's learned. And if that had to come by playing boring football and going route one and using set pieces, so be it. Because at the end of the day, the end justifies the means. And so big congratulations to Arsenal.
Super submission, Fento Tahiru. First time this season, I'm agreeing with you. And finally, you have seen the light and you are now speaking exactly what I feel should be said. Oh, super fantastic. In fact, friend, but I'm very happy you spoke about the lead striker and the 14 goals thing. 2 seasons ago, I said something. People called me a madman. I said Arteta he's such a genius that he had cracked something with this set piece thing. And I said I was not looking at set pieces as jest. I was looking at set piece as another member of Arsenal's squad. And that if a set piece or set pieces can get you 15 plus goals, that is almost like buying a striker who guarantees you 15 plus goals. So you look this season, Arsenal's leading scorer has been set pieces in the Premier League with 18 before Gyökeres comes in. So you look at it, they needed a striker. Yes, they got the striker, but if you look at the goals Gyökeres has scored compared to what Havertz did in previous seasons, Havertz has been doing 12, 13. It's around the same thing. But they perfected a set piece, which is not a person. It is a route to a goal. Most people didn't pay attention to it. But it has become something that is almost growing as a trend. And as you said, the winner of the EFL Championship, in fact, Premier League, which is Arsenal, had the most set pieces in the Premier League, set piece goals. Coventry City, who won the championship, had the most set pieces in the championship, also won the league. The League One champions also scored the most set pieces in League One. So slowly, as you said, it's becoming a trend. And that's the thing about football. It evolves. It's not always one way. But when somebody wins with something, it now becomes a reference and teams will start adjusting and copying and following the winning side. So we saw Pep Guardiola, as you said. We've seen even Jurgen Klopp, when his 4-2-3-1 intensive, yes, that style, that philosophy existed, but he hadn't won things. So when he started winning, more managers started gravitating towards it. And that is just football. So I am happy that it has finally paid off. And now the set-piece kings are the champions.
The kings of England.
Are the kings of England. And hopefully very soon will be the kings of Europe. Oh Lord, if you do that one for me, we'll close this studio. We'll close. Oh Charlie, this station, nobody will work here again. Oh Charlie. Hey, see, let me give my submission before I come to my. No, in fact, pause. Because I'm the host, we'll do things my way.
Of course.
Karim, please come inside the studio. Oh, fantastic.
What is going on?
Oh, Karim, come into the studio. We are going to sing for our brother, Sichu.
Sichu for Philip, actually.
Yes. You see,
what song? Psalm
23 verse 5 says that I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. You know that song? You know that song?
Yeah. I think the rhyme is ringing.
You know that song? I will say the song after. Sichu has been an Arsenal Anfa hater for a while. But the beautiful thing is that
agenda.
Yeah, Anfa agenda. But the beautiful thing
is Anfa agenda.
He used some word. He didn't say agenda.
He said what?
He said Anfa what?
Hater.
Yeah,
he's a hater.
Hater.
Like haters go hate. But the thing is, on the day we are celebrating Arsenal's Premier League trophy, Sicho is also celebrating his birthday. At the same time, Al-Nassr are also champions of Saudi.
Oh, Charlie.
So we are going to sing happy birthday to Sichu because, God, he didn't try. I wish he had done this last week so that we laugh him better because now he's also feeling like a winner. But that's okay. So we are going to sing Happy Birthday for Situ. And we'll sing it in my tune because I'm champion.
No problem. We are following your lead.
Friend, don't spoil the song.
Sorry. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. You are spoiling the song.
Okay, sorry.
But you said we follow your lead.
In my tune, the key.
So we should also raise our voices at a pitch. We should sing in your pitch.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you. Oh, hallelujah.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Oh, Charlie.
Sijo, is your birthday today?
Yeah, it is my birthday.
Yes.
Sijo. Say I'm far.
Afa.
Oh, Charlie. Say I'm far.
Afa.
Oh, Charlie. Sijo. Say I'm far.
I pick it.
Oh, Charlie. Sijo, Arsenal have won the Premier League title. Their mentality was called into question at various points in the season when City closed the gap. And to be fair, I don't have any qualms with that analysis because historically, City have shown that, or they had shown that they had the ability to go on a run.
Yeah.
So I don't have any qualms with that. But I just want you to tell us how Arsenal managed to do it.
Fentu has said everything.
No, Fentu has said things.
Oh, everything Fentu said.
Let him praise Arteta more.
He has said
You
things.
can't tell me what to do.
The gay.
He has said things.
Let me help you. Sicho, Arteta has won the Premier League title. Can you praise Arteta? Can you praise Arteta more?
I don't answer
Can you add more accolades?
Order.
I won't answer to a panel member.
Order. I am the host.
Mr.
And I'm
Host.
saying that I want Cicho to tell us how Arsenal did
Oh,
it.
the way
in his own way.
Cicho,
you're a very unique gentleman.
No, I'll be repeating
No, you're a very unique gentleman.
Fentu has said everything.
In fact,
I've not said anything.
No, Fentu has said things.
I've not said anything.
But we want you. Charlie, we didn't rate you.
I agree with Fentu.
Cicho, we didn't rate you.
But Fentu is my boss. I didn't rate Fentu pass.
No, I'm not saying you rate her.
Add more.
No, but you.
Add more.
But Cicho, you had guy. No, you had guy.
I didn't rate Fentu pass.
No, Fentu be hard guy. But Cicho, you.
No, but Cicho, you.
No, but
you come to me. I have more to say.
But on a obviously, I'm in correlation to Arsenal to begin with, for sure. Yes. This becomes what, 6th season? Is it 6th?
Yeah, 6th full season.
7th overall. Yeah, so credit to the Kroenke family, first and foremost to begin with, because for me, and as we know in the Premier League, after 3 seasons and what Mikel had done after 3 seasons, it would have been so easy to show him the exit door.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at, obviously, Unai Emery came, took them to the European final, it didn't work. They sacked him. So you're thinking if Mikel is going 3 seasons, finishing 5th, somewhere 8th as well, why back him? Whatever story Mikel told them, whatever they have seen him do, they believed in it and they backed him more. Then it goes to his 4th season, his 2nd. He had been a while since they had been there. And so they're like, okay, you can do great. And while at that, he was getting them into Europe and they were making good strides in Europe for a team that had been absent for a very long time. I don't think Arsenal's and of course this season came, so I'll skip the other second season. I think this season came. So I don't think Arsenal had become a finished article. And that is why for me it's impressive that they've actually gone on to win it. Because of everything that got them to lose the league season last season, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, was still very present in this season. This same Arsenal in another season, this same team might not win it. But like I always say in football, every season is unique and every season is different. So when I watch Arsenal play, the fear for Arsenal not winning the league or my thoughts about Arsenal not being able to see it through was because the signs of what had caused them to lose the league last season, 2 seasons ago, was still there. The difference in the end is that, one, City couldn't keep the chase as we thought they could, because around this time of the season, historically with City, they will go all the way. But City couldn't do it. So historically, from history, looking at what City had done or what City are capable of doing, the league would have been decided this weekend because we know City can go on the run. So if I'm looking at City chasing Arsenal and I'm looking at the Arsenal problems of last season, which I'll come to, then I'm thinking maybe City will do it. And to Abia, say I'm far. But there's a difference. Like I said, City in the end showed that they were not as good as the seasons we thought that they could replicate. And Arsenal also overcame the demons we knew they had. The reason why I thought Arsenal were going to drop the ball. Because when Arsenal lost to Wolverhampton, Arsenal drew to Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then they lost to Bournemouth at home. And they lost to Manchester City. At the time, it looked like then City were going to go on the run. It looked like now it was a test of character for Arsenal. And I didn't think Arsenal had it in them. Because I genuinely didn't think Arsenal were playing great at the time as well. But that is where they conquered the what I call the demons. Instead of Arsenal dropping the ball, they became even more difficult to beat. And they kept, if you like, playing the very way people had questioned. That gave them the results. I'll be honest, and I'll say it, the first part of the season, Arsenal were prettier to watch or prettier on the eye than the second part of the season. They had healthy leads, but the second part of the season became a bit more conservative. They were okay to score from the set pieces, and they were not doing more. So the whole concern was if those set piece goals dried up, what more were we going to see from them? But they didn't care. Once they lost to City, and they then started chasing City, because at that point it looked like, okay, Arsenal will be chasing City, and then the Bournemouth thing happened, City thing happened. It looked like Arsenal are not chasing it. Everything flipped. Because between that City defeat and now, they've not conceded a single goal. And they are limiting the chances they are creating. Meanwhile, before the City game, the concern for Arsenal was that they were conceding too many chances for their own pedigree that they have set this season, and they were beginning to concede goals. But that flipped. They fixed that concentration at the back. They fixed the issues, and Arteta was bold. I think that in the last 3 weeks, if he persisted with Zubimendi, we'll be talking about finishing the league in the last game. But he was bold enough to say, Zubimendi, I'm sorry, you've played too many games. It's not your fault. It's your first season in the league. Lewis Kelly, you've not done this before, but you've seen you do it in academy. Come into the midfield with Declan Rice and get a job done. And since Zubimendi came into the team, it's been, since Lewis Kelly came into the team, it's been different. The other thing about Arsenal was, there were too many times where they looked passive, sideways, because Zubimendi was a bit safer. Keeps the safe goal. Lewis Kelly is more like Rice in a way. He turns and faces the opponent as driving forward. So when he played, we saw that surge a lot more. So credit to Arteta for trusting a young man. And also, of course, I mentioned it when he signed Madueke, that I like the signing. It was always going to come down to how Madueke would receive his role. But Arteta didn't need to even manage that anymore because Saka wasn't fit for some spells of the season. And then, they've managed to see out this part of the season. So yeah, however you look at it, credit to Arsenal for winning the league in the way they won it. Credit to Arsenal for sticking to what they know how to do. And so congratulations to all Gunners, they are Premier League champions. And hopefully for their sake, they can do it on 30th May.
Hopefully for their sake.
Danike, I have a message for you.
Oh, fire away.
Too many Arsenal fans are texting me.
Fire away.
Bender. Bernardo Sebonsu.
Bender.
He says, Fent, tell Danike that for believing in Arsenal through the torrid times, I have a gift for him. It's a customized 2026-27 Arsenal authentic player version home jersey with the back inscription as follows. After review, West Ham's number 19.
After review.
After review, Arsenal's number 19.
I love that.
Francis Doku says, Master. Say, my man can be mom or my winnie. So I shouldn't come and put my mouth inside. Augustine, I'm sorry. CD Assistant Registrar, UG Sports Directorate. He says, for the first time, sensible submission. Because the Arsenal fans, you see, when they qualified for the Champions League final, I went to tweet that congratulations to Arsenal. Well deserved. 90% of the comments were, take your congratulations.
Take your congratulations. Now you said you said they will not reach there, so they don't want your congratulations. Look, just to add something small to what Sicho said. Look, Arteta has done a super fantastic job. The work he's done with this Arsenal team, it's just incredible, especially in the time frame. This team was broken when he took over. It was broken. They had no business challenging for titles. They had no business even flirting for a place in Champions League football. They were all over the place. In fact, that's back-to-back FA Cup run they had. That was the first time they were winning trophies since 2005 FA Cup when they beat Man United. They had gone a long time. In fact, Arsenal fans had forgotten what it felt like to win. And even the FA Cup felt like it wasn't enough because even though they were winning, so for a very long time they were fourth place team. They were always coming fourth.
In the league.
They will not be competitive in the league, but as for the fourth place, they'll win it. Then in Wenger's last 2 seasons, he failed to finish fourth. They finished fifth back-to-back, which was problematic. Then Unai Emery comes in, also fails to finish in Champions League places. And then after that, it's almost like Arsenal are no more a Champions League team. Then Arteta comes in, the first 2 seasons. And I will not lie, everybody knows, it's very well documented. I was Saul, who was on his way to Damascus with Arteta. I didn't understand why somebody who had never managed any team in his life was given the job as difficult as the Arsenal job. So I was very critical of him. But quickly after his second full season, when Arsenal finished 5th, I said, nah, something was different. Because you don't go from finishing back-to-back 8th, and then all of a sudden, with light 1 or 2 small adjustments, you rally a team to properly push. And at that time, it was a Tottenham Hotspur team that was on the rise. They had gone from Mourinho, then Conte had come in. They looked really good and pushed them all the way to the last day in the Champions League race. They missed out on the Champions League. That season, I was critical of Arteta. But I also said the guy was onto something. So the following season, when they finished second, I didn't expect them to even challenge for the title. So when they finished second, I remember I sat here and Gary was saying, I told him that, nah, look, you don't go from 5th, missing out on Champions League football, to all of a sudden pushing Manchester City, as good as they are, to lose the league just 4 games to the end with the squad that they had. Very limited squad depth. That is some impressive work. And then from there, I became a believer. And I just saw certain things he was doing that for me were very different from what all other clubs were doing. And the fact that he stuck with it, it was working. But you see, in football, if you don't win, nobody will mind you. But it doesn't mean that you are not doing the right thing. It will come. And I'm very happy that he stuck to what he knew. And the thing is, you see, Arsenal have gone through even different identities with this Arteta regime. The first 2 seasons, what he promised wasn't necessarily what he gave in. Arsenal were very pragmatic and boring to watch. The first 2 seasons, the 8th. Then when they finished 5th and 2nd, they played some really good football. And at the time, the general diagnosis, not the general diagnosis, the general impression of this Arsenal team was they were naive. And that's why they missed out on Champions League football first season and then the title in the second season when they finished 2nd. Then he changed things. And now they became very difficult to beat. And even that one, when they lost it by 2 points, Slaughter won last season. It was because they don't open up to play football. But just to stick with what Sicho said, he stuck to his principles. And it's a similar thing to what Klopp did. If you reach 97 points and you don't win the league, it's not because you are not good. It's not because you are not good or you don't have what it takes to win. Every season is unique. It just happens that in that season, somebody was unreal and the team was just perfect. But you don't achieve and at the time it was the 3rd highest points accumulation in Premier League history. And say you've not, and it wasn't good enough. That doesn't mean you've not done well. If you stick to what you are doing, chances are the reward will come. And that's what Arteta did. And even this season, when most people were talking against the style and its inability to break. And the funny thing is that the conversation started even when Arsenal were on top. But it was like, oh, the way they are playing it to catch up with them. And then when that patchy period came, it was like, it has caught up with them. But he stuck to what he believed in. And he ended up winning the league with a very style that was criticized. And hopefully they don't concede on Sunday and to be 5 clean sheets in a row. But Achuski. Achuski.
What's up?
And I quote, the style is, I didn't know, a shemiroff.
Are there people you were plenty?
No. If, see, a shemi, oh, you see, we are all brothers.
Yeah.
But there are some times that somebody could talk something. Then Charlie, your heart
hit some place.
Charlie, it defin knock you.
It's not personal.
Like some 2021 analysis of Jordan Ayew that coach did. Charlie, it knocked my heart. It pained me, but there was nothing I could say at the time. So some of the things when you hear it, it touch you, but you just wait and hope that it works out in the end, so that you can say, aha. So I quote, Arteta's style is reductive and unsustainable.
And risk averse.
Yes.
Yes.
And he doesn't understand, or I don't understand whether he cannot coach out of it. You said something, tactical context will say something. See, he cannot coach out of his tactical insecurities.
That was the Champions League last season.
No, this season, you said they said the style, no. It's like he can't coach anything apart from that style. It is reductive and unsustainable. But at the end of the day, the unsustainable style has won the league to make it a sustainable style. Achuski!
DK.
Talk to me.
Congratulations to Arteta.
Uh-huh.
He has restored Arsenal's pride. He has restored Arsenal's pride in a manner that I think gives him more credibility than any other way, because if perhaps he had changed his style, if perhaps he had sort of made some of the changes that a lot of people were calling for, the narrative around his success will be different. But I still stand by everything I said about Arteta and this Arsenal team. The football is still very much risk averse. It delivers the results. But I have come to realize that in this job, when you say something, whether it is true or not, it is how it resonates with people that determines the truth value in it. Not necessarily the truth value in what you have said. You cannot watch the football that Arsenal play and say that it is not risk averse. The fact that it delivers the results is a different conversation. Its sustainability is a different conversation. I'll come to that. And so for me, those were my views on it, and it is still my view. On the bit about its sustainability and where I felt Arteta was running this team into the ground. If you look at the squad that they built, in the beginning of the season, friends asked me if I thought Arteta will be able to win what they could achieve. Mm-hmm. And I said the difference between winning one title and multiple was Mikel Arteta. Because
we are still going by that name. He's
a
champion.
No, that's an identity.
He's a champion.
No, it's like me saying he plays Tony Pulis football. It doesn't mean I'm saying it is not good enough to work or it doesn't work. That is my description of it, because that is what it reminds me of. The Stoke City football that they were playing, similar. Heavy on set pieces, and you can see traces of that in the football. So when I say we have seen Arteta evolve from what he was into something similar to aspects of what Pulis was playing, you may not like it, but the set piece numbers bear me out. The defensive solidity bears me out. Those things are still there. You get the point I'm making. Now, on the point about the football not being, the results and the style not being sustainable. If you look at the Arsenal's numbers in the first 10 games, they dropped just 8 points in the first 15 matches that they played. Arsenal dropped just 8 points in the first 15 matches that they played. They won 12, beat United, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley, Spurs, Brentford, Villa, Wolves, and Everton. And they drew with City at home. They lost 2, Newcastle and Liverpool. Those were the 3 games that Arsenal dropped points. If you flip the coin to what happened thereafter, from a position of relative comfort, Arsenal dropped points to the extent that it wiped out their advantage. They dropped 17 points in their last 19 Premier League games. At that time, you are talking about double the number of points dropped in terms relative to what was in the first round. So whether you like the wording of my analysis or the way it was presented or not, the numbers bear me out. Beyond the points that were dropped, just look at the specific games and compare the results and the defeats or the manner of those games to the way Arsenal were winning before. In the first round, you had that ease of access or that flexibility with which they were playing and how easily they were quickly dispatching opponents. Defensively, it did not affect them so much because it was within the same period that we were talking about whether or not they could catch up or match Chelsea's defensive Premier League record. No be so.
Mm-hmm.
But when they went through this period that I said was going to happen, and it happened, they went about a whole month of conceding almost multiple goals in every game and not scoring at all. So between the 22nd of March to, I think, early April or early May, Arsenal lost to City in the League Cup by 2-0. Then they lost to Southampton 2-1. Then they beat Sporting Lisbon by 1-0. Lost to Bournemouth 2-1, drew goalless, and then lost to City. The only game where Arsenal did not concede more than a goal were all not in the Premier League. So it clearly establishes a pattern where the team has made a habit of conceding, and this spilled over if you add the Wolves and the other games that the team has conceded goals. So that advantage was wiped out. So when I kept telling you people that that style was not sustainable and that something had to give, not just in terms of that style, but also the way he was managing the squad. The whole fixation with playing Zubimendi into the ground, it didn't make sense. And I felt for the growth that he had seen, I expected him to manage the squad better. Because he had gone big on the squad that he needed. I think at the end of last season, he had gone big on the sort of squad that he needed. And had made signings that allowed him to go into multiple competitions and challenge. But we're sitting here talking about that or those periods in the season because I did not think the management of that squad reflected the resources he had at his disposal. If you sign someone like Norgard, at the time that you have signed him, the impression is that you have run your models, you have looked at his performance, and come to the realization that at some point in the season, he will be ready to play, to allow the player who plays ahead of him some time to rest and to recover. That didn't happen until it became painfully obvious that Zubimendi can no longer start games. If that had happened, if he had freshened up the squad a bit, maybe what happened end of March until beginning of May does not happen. And in the end, the very people who...
In that period, it was just 2 Premier League games they played and they lost 2 Premier League games.
That's why I said it spilled over. It was still the same Arsenal, but you look across the impact of that. You are talking about Champions League, League Cup, and then Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup, then the Carabao Cup final.
Carabao Cup. Champions League was where they got the win. So Champions League wasn't affected. It was League Cup.
Oh, it was. In terms of what I established, the goals scored and the goals considered, it was the period where...
it was 2 clean sheets in the Champions League. Still didn't concede in the Champions League.
Yes, but it was also the period where they were not scoring more than 1. The games against Sporting Lisbon produced 1 goal out of 2. So
but that was Arsenal the whole season.
Yes, but I'm saying that, so that bears me out. It is consistent with the pattern of the period where the team was struggling to get goals and was conceding. Ultimately, what everyone said, oh, you are talking too much, the manager knows, he made that switch. When he brought Lewis Kelly for Zubimendi.
And how did that change the style? Did they create more chances?
I'm saying that I'm talking specifically in terms of the management of the squad and someone who I felt needed to be rested. He didn't do that. It affected Arsenal's fortunes in the Premier League, League Cup and then the FA Cup. They lost the League Cup, lost the FA Cup, lost the advantage in the Premier League. You cannot look at those numbers and say it did not happen. That the warning signs that were sounded or the warning bells that were sounded that this is going to cost you your advantage, it did not happen because it did happen. That advantage was wiped out until the past month. Even with this idea that I said, oh, now it's going to be a shootout. Of course, at the time, that was what it was. But if you look at the Premier League tiebreakers, which were the scenarios, that was what it was. Until City went and then dropped points in a manner that all of us did not expect. But nobody can say that at the time that I said, with the two teams neck and neck, this is likely to go to a shootout. It was unreasonable or it was not consistent with the context of that situation. So congratulations to them. But everything that I said at that time, I still stand by. And I was right.
Artistic. And you were right.
Oh, yes.
No, Achu was
I
not
have
right.
a message for you.
From who?
From Mickey Charles.
Oh, Mickey. Oh, Charlie. Greetings
Great
to
Arsenal fan.
Greetings to Mickey Charles. Oh,
he says, I'm reading verbatim, Achu, so that I don't think I put words in my own.
No.
Tell Achu to shut up. That's the first sentence.
That is Mickey Charles on brand.
He said you are just hating. He's just hating. What football was Mourinho playing prior to his first title at Chelsea? Comparing Arteta to Tony Pulis is just like comparing a Zongo dog to a Laboni dog. Hey, Mickey Charles, what is this? They will run away from this country if Arsenal wins the Champions League next weekend.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. And as I said, when you say something, people don't listen to respond. They respond according to how they feel. Right here, I have explained the Tony Pulis thing that you could see traces in the Stoke City play in Arsenal's. And I mentioned the specific traces, which is defensive solidity.
Look,
I mentioned
the
set pieces.
The difference now is style. When you say a style is not sustainable, I think the common way anybody will receive that message is that style will not take you.
It won't yield.
Take you to your desired end.
Once it wins, it's
not necessary.
Once it wins,
so
you have to.
I understand what you're saying.
When you say the style is
I understand
not
what you're saying. I understand that sentiment. But there's room for nuance. Because if you're telling the story of their Premier League season, you would look at how that advantage disappeared.
Yeah, and how the same style bounce back
exactly.
from that.
So
yes, so you
I
can.
think the
you can
general
have
point
room
is
for both.
the general point is.
Do you get the point I'm making?
No matter the style, we've seen different styles,
Yes.
different winning styles in the Premier League.
Yeah.
If you look across board, there's always a point in the season where you have a patchy period.
Let me make an example with that. Yeah. You mentioned Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. I've said the last 10 years, in the last decade, they've played the best football for me in the Premier League. He hasn't always won, but it's been the most pleasant football to see on the eye. Liverpool's team when they were peak.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why they were not winning consistently was because there were times or moments in the season where, even the 99 points and everything, the moments in the season where, because of the physicality attached to the style,
intensity,
there were times where you just realized the team was going that way. But it doesn't. So even Pep Guardiola's team, because of the way Pep's tactics varies over time, at the start of almost every season, they were dropping unnecessary points. And by the time the new year comes, so they turn that corner, the team was almost perfect, so they could go on a run.
Yeah.
So every team has that. Arsenal had a great start to the season. Then there was the purple patch, and then they went on to win. So I think in the end, the end has
just got them over.
And that's
the
the
last
model
thing I wanted to add before I lost track of that was fundamental to my suspicions or fears at that time was the winning mark for the Premier League in the last decade. And Arsenal ran it incredibly close because in the last decade, the least number of points to have won the Premier League was 84.
Leicester City.
No, Leicester was 81.
So the
Slotos was 84.
No, the least to win the Premier League.
Yes. the least number of points to have won it was Slot's last season with 84.
You said Leicester was how many?
Leicester was 81.
So which is smaller?
Was Leicester?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but I'm saying that in the last 10 seasons, it's the least in that period was Liverpool. I don't know if Leicester is in the period.
Leicester was 15, 16.
Leicester is 2016, so it's actually
But you get the point I'm making. Of the teams that have won it recently, the list was 84. At the time when you look at the slump that happened between March, April, and then May, they were not on course to meet this mark.
Yeah, so the team that was also chasing, they were also not on course to meet.
Exactly.
And that goes back to, you see.
No, I get that.
We need to, in analyzing a season, you can't analyze it with passes. Every season is unique, as Sicho said.
Yeah.
So if you are looking at a winning mark, it's not like this season, if you win games, you get 6 points. It's
No,
still
but
the
I'm saying
3 points you get.
it's significant because at least that establishes a trend. Irrespective of who's competing and how they are doing it, the trend has been 84 or more is what wins the Premier League. And at least 9, 8, 10 seasons
But I'm
is
just
long
saying,
enough
if
a
the
period.
team on top is not on course to make that mark, then the team behind
on
them
the issue
is
of
also not.
sustainability, actually, I think what the guys are trying to drive at is this: that at the time you made the comment, it was relative to what was happening at that point in the season, correct? Yeah. That's why you are insisting.
It was
that
before even then. And
there was a trend,
yes,
but based on this season, and that's why you insisted that the football at the time, from what you've seen, from the trend you've analyzed, wasn't sustainable. The guys are saying that at the end of the season, that style of football became sustainable because the coach, and you made that comment with the knowledge of who the coach is and what he was capable or incapable of doing. And they're saying that by the end of the season, he proved a certain capability that you didn't consider in your analysis by saying it's unsustainable because he adapted, changed his ways, and it sustained him to the title. So at the end of the season, now with victory, you can't say that when you said it was unsustainable, you were right. Because you may have been right in the context of the time you made that statement, but you left out very important variables, which is the capacity of the manager to change from that particular trend. And at the time, you didn't give him that benefit of the doubt. When
Arsenal
you said
didn't
it was unsustainable.
Arsenal didn't change. In fact, they doubled down on what they knew how to do, and that's how.
And
they
that's the point. That even defeats your point further.
For me, when I said City were going to win the league,
and I get it.
Yeah, when I said City were going to win the league, it was based on two things. I didn't think Arsenal had the mental fortitude to handle the pressure they had brought on themselves, especially after losing against the Bournemouth game, the City game. And I also thought that City had it in them to go on the run that we are used to seeing.
Yes, that also didn't happen.
Once the two things didn't happen, once Arsenal showed the mental fortitude, and once City couldn't go on the run, then it means the premise on which I made my hypothesis and analysis was wrong. So in the end, the outcome I thought would come, or the outcome I thought we would see, didn't happen.
Didn't play out.
It didn't play out. So that's the point. So when we're doing analysis, it's always based on, it could be based on history, it could be based on feelings, it could be based on experience. In this case, City didn't deliver what they are used to delivering around this time of the season. And Arsenal proved that they are a more mature team that could handle the pressure. So yeah, credit and congratulations to Arsenal.
Credit and congratulations to Mikel Arteta and Arsenal for winning the Premier League title. Charlie, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. This message is from Prosper Inside Dakoman. He says, congrats to all my Arsenal friends, especially Bolare.
Hey, his Arsenal friend is Bolare.
He said, my brotherly advice to them is
why can't it be Bolare doesn't have friends and his friend can't text him to the show?
His friend can be
I'm
Bolare.
reading
Yes.
Prosper's
I don't know
message.
what I say.
And you guys are misbehaving. I've turned off your mics. Oh, Charlie. No, I'm controlling it. You are lucky I didn't even turn off your mic when you were saying you were not wrong. The thing you were saying, I didn't even agree, but I allowed you to talk because Arteta has taught me to be tolerant. Yes, it's exemplary behavior. Arteta has taught me to be tolerant, so I allowed you to talk even when I knew that what you were saying, because because the thing has one title, but I still allowed you to say. You see, super. Prosper says that My brotherly advice to Arsenal fans is to be content with the EPL trophy. Ojan show. He says because beating PSG in the Champions League final will be a very tall order. Yes, but it's still very possible. This one can. Who they say? I see them. Charlie, but you. No, this one is not my message. This is not my message. I want to read this one. CBO from Arteta. He says these perennial underachievers just want to belong, but they know they are nowhere near where the men play. Let's allow them to bask in their glory for now. You could even tell us the team you support because you've not won anything. How can you call somebody perennial underachievers when they are the champions of the then what's rough? Neil Tojo from Tema Newtown. He says football is the greatest sport on earth. The joy from it surpasses that of Wache and Wele. Congratulations to all Ghanaians and Al-Nassr. Charlie, Ronaldo was in tears. Do you know how big the Saudi Pro League is?
The guy, when he scored the fourth goal, his second on the night, he was crying while playing. Cristiano was in tears
while he was playing. While the match was going on.
Bro! Hey, Babaru, what a guy.
Oh, Charlie. Cristiano Ronaldo. What a guy. Oh, I want the name of this. The message is not. Oh,
Reverend
Odamite.
Reverend?
Yeah, Reverend Ni Odamite.
Reverend Ni Odamite.
He said, see me in the office.
He says, Danny, congratulations. You gave us hope. And the calculations last time was massive. Great, Danny, but you cry, you are one. Of course, I'm one of you. Of course, I'm one of you. And then he sends a picture of him in his beautiful Arsenal jersey in the office. And he says, Achu is okay. Achu, you're okay.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't think that's what you're trying to say. I think
Achu okay?
You know, it's easy. Achu, it's okay. When Achu was talking,
it's okay.
Nah,
it's okay. This one from Ni Odoy inside Tema. He says, Masa, I'm the host, so address me. Don't address Fentu. And the name is Fentu, it's not Fenton. He says, please tell my good friend and bro, Danny K. Oh, Charlie. Yeah.
He said the champion.
Danny, the champion K. That my ribs are already hurting. What a season. What a game. Arsenal, indeed, the Gunners. Oh, Ni Odoy. You don't say that for my guy. Oh, my guy. Wow. Oh, Charlie. If my guy
oh God.
Charlie, it's like you guys are seeing the message before me. So read this one. Oh, wait, don't read it. Cough down, babe. The champion of England.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, she says, I'm just in bed laughing at how Achu and Sito are quietly sitting down and pretending to be doing something serious on their phones.
This was the start of the show.
Oh,
me, I'm replying my birthday messages. So,
say I'm far. Enna, say I'm far. Is it Enna? Say I'm far. This type of football is not sustainable. Afro Papa. Oh, Charlie. If you don't agree, put your EPL table trophy on the table, and that is
period.
One of the most super fantastical, intelligent listeners we have. Cough down the great champion, babe.
There are more messages than can read them all.
There are more messages. Eh?
Yes.
Hello. This one too is asking me. Prince from Mile 7. He says if Bournemouth qualify for the Champions League, is their stadium good enough to host Champions League? Well, ask Bournemouth. We are talking about champions. You are asking message about this thing. I'm sure they will fix it if they qualify. This one again. Okay. He says, he didn't come with his name. But he says, Danny K, congrats to all Gunners. Next season, Chelsea is winning. We can all speak things into existence. We can all speak things.
Speaking of Chelsea, shall we discuss Alonso small?
Yeah.
No, we'll not discuss Alonso. We'll discuss the topics that I want us to discuss.
Oh, Danny K, your good friend. Alexis Laura.
Oh, Alexis.
She says she's doing the listening. Mm-hmm. And then she tell all Chelsea fans that it's nothing. They've been there and they've done it. So no,
they've been there and they've done
Chelsea
it.
have been there and done that. They've been here, there and done that.
Some of them don't know the feeling. They can't understand the feeling. People, you do some chair, you say you've been.
The feeling has faded.
Massa, hello CEOs. Actually, even the way I'm addressing the CEOs has changed, especially Arsenal CEOs. Ghana's foremost thought leadership conference proudly marks a decade of shaping business and economic transformation. Join us at the 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo this Thursday, 28th May 2026 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the prestigious Kempinski Hotel Gold Coast City, Accra. This milestone edition is themed Accelerating Ghana's Economic Transformation, Driving Bold Reforms Through Leadership, Technology and Industrialization. From vision to action, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, will attend as special guest of honor and officially launch the CEO Government Compact 2026. Summit highlights include Presidential CEO Business Dialogue, CEO Masterclasses and Business Case Panels, CEO Connect and Corporate Expo, CEO Government Compact 2026 launch. Be a part of the conversation shaping Ghana's economic future. Register now at www.ghanaceosummit.com or call 054-639-1970. Email info@ghanaceosummit.com. Proudly sponsored by CEO Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, EY, Margins ID Group, KGL Group, GIPC, SIGA, University of Ghana, Media General Multimedia Group, the Ghana 10th CEO Summit Expo, a decade of leadership impact, a future of possibilities. Terms and conditions apply. All roads lead to Aviation Social Center.
Let's talk May 30.
Yes, at the Aviation Social Center. Rep your jersey.
Hit FM, rep your jersey.
Rep your jersey.
You see the jersey I'm wearing?
You see the jersey I'm wearing? You see the jersey I'm wearing?
The JVC Arsenal jersey.
We will be present.
You know that thing that
in
they
Budapest.
Do, you know that thing that they do
in Budapest. French. How do they pronounce it?
This guy. It's Budapest.
It's Budapest.
Budapest.
You not go hungry. We are going to hungry. We are telling you how to say. You are telling us how to pronounce the name. It's Budapest.
It's an amalgamation.
Do you qualify for the final?
Yes.
It's an amalgamation of two cities. Buda and Pest.
So Budapest.
Yes, Budapest.
You've been
divided by the Danube.
You've
been river Danube.
You've been in Budapest before.
Of course, yes. I've been in Budapest.
People with experience.
It's a beautiful city.
Your team didn't qualify. You are telling me, the one who is going to Budapest, that you are telling me how to pronounce it. What are you talking about?
People with exposure.
You lack exposure. You are telling me how to pronounce the name Budapest. What are you talking about? Next time, qualify so that the people of Hungary will teach you how to mention their capital.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
That's right.
Arsenal.
Charlie, Daddy K, they say you should give shouts to a Germany-based Arsenal fan.
Oh!
Yes.
One message, one shout out. Morrison from Dortmund.
Yes. From where?
From Dortmund. Morrison from Dortmund. He said, Danny, shout out all the German Dortmund fans, Arsenal fans inside Dortmund. No,
inside where?
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund. You have to learn how to pronounce these names. When you were a winner, they expose you to all these things. You are exposed to all these things. Oh, Charlie.
Hey, Wendy
of Tema. Hey, Charlie, she's not from Tema. Of Tema. Danny K.
Abokoma Wendy of Tema.
We are Arsenal. Come and drink from the mug. Afa.
Oh, Charlie.
She has sent a picture of the mug. Oh, Charlie.
She's also sent it from her office.
What a beautiful mug. Look at the way. Look at the position and the way the light is hitting them. I've never in my life seen a more beautiful mug than this one. Super fantastic.
Big shouts to Marius of Ita Airways. Marius says, when at all will Achu and Fentu ever be happy for us?
When at all have you been happy for my team? No. Well, you don't understand.
But that's a very good answer.
Yeah.
That's a very good
answer. If you have never been happy for us,
why should we be happy?
But I don't even understand why Arsenal fans want the two of them to be happy.
Danny K, you see, hates watching.
Ita Airways as well, yeah.
Hates watching it. It rewards long suffering.
Charlie, watch your words.
It's
you
rewards.
before you say something is unsustainable.
No.
If you come and say it rewards long suffering and the team backfires, we'll be here again.
BK.
No, BK, go up. This Ghana's boys,
Read it to us. Say people are seeing the team faster than me.
No, so you haven't.
You haven't clicked
that
on
one.
it.
Which one?
Yes, that one.
This one.
Yes.
These Ghana's boys. This one.
That one can't.
Yeah, Sammy. He said these Ghanaian boys, they behave like some team in Ghana who are laying in 7th position on the Ghana League.
You see, this is the kind of shots where someone like Achu wouldn't know whether he has to celebrate or he has to cry. Because the team that has received the shots,
it's not my team.
It's not your team.
No, it's not my team. It's not my team. The 7th place team on the Ghana Premier. It's not even a team that is popular.
We don't need to.
Oh yeah, sure, it's not his
team.
It's Karela.
Charlie, let's move on to other topics. Other topics also concerning winners. Sicho, yesterday after 3 years, Al-Nassr finally won the Saudi Pro. I am the host and I will decide what we talk about.
That's what you want to discuss.
That is what we'll talk about.
You recuse yourself from hosting duties.
What's more important than that?
Sijo.
Ronaldo's post about winning had more reactions than
Arsenal winning the league.
When Premier League posted in relation to Arsenal, when Arsenal posted the
That's a national problem.
No, it's not a national problem.
I just told you it's a national problem.
If the Premier League posts who the winners are.
Yes.
And
who are the winners?
The world is more interested
who are the winners?
in Saudi Pro League.
And the Premier League has a problem.
It's a global football. It's not even a problem. It's not even a problem. It's a Ronaldo matter.
It's a problem. Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Sicho,
everybody will lose against you.
Sicho, tell us how Al-Nassr with Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, the greatest of all time. Tell us how he conquered yet another league.
Yeah.
That is what, 5 now?
Yeah, it's when every league is played by them. Because when he was a baby at the time there. So yeah, correlations to Ronaldo and Al-Nassr. The struggle. Look, people don't understand the Al-Nassr thing in Saudis. Al-Nassr, when you talk about Al-Hilal is like Real Madrid of the Gulf. They are the richest, they are the most fans. Like every player in the Gulf wants to play for Al-Nassr, Al-Hilal. And that is the kind of competition they face. So in the last couple of seasons, Al-Ittihad, Al-Hilal, they've had the better of Al-Nassr. And Al-Nassr don't have the same pool as Al-Hilal has in that region. Mm-hmm. So we want to look at the quality of players they're able to attract. And the players, even the best players in the region, all of them are going there than Al-Nassr. But this season was different. This season, unlike other seasons where they had sometimes slow starts to the season, this season, the start of the season was just immense for them. They won and they won and they won and they kept winning. So when the difficult times came, and they had their own problems. Remember the Ronaldo strike? Another day, he said he'll talk about it, so I'll leave it for him. When he speaks, then I speak. I won't speak ahead of boss. So when he speaks, then I'll come and explain what he said. So they've been through it. And now they've done it. And the beautiful part is that all the key players that they needed to depend on came to the fore. So Brozovic was immense. Money, they almost could not win games without money. Whatever money was missing, it was a problem. Kingsley Coman. And you see, when I called Samedo, our sporting director, that he has to sign Coman, they didn't understand.
When you what?
I remember that conversation.
When I called Samedo, I told him.
You called the Al-Nassr sporting director and told him to sign some Kingsley Coman.
Let me open our chat because we have been chatting.
No, don't worry. I just want you to confirm that.
So when I called Samedo,
I remember that conversation.
You remember that? That we need to sign Kingsley Coman because at the time, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, and other teams were, even Arsenal were inquiring about Kingsley Coman when it was clear that he was going to leave Bayern. And I said, let's get this guy because he carries an omen. You see, that guy, it's only once in his career that he hasn't won a league title. Once, and that was the Leverkusen season. Mm-hmm. With Juve, he was winning titles. With PSG, he was winning titles. He was winning with Bayern. So I said, no, let's go and carry that magic. And somebody said, so we brought in Kingsley Coman, and it's been immense. Mm-hmm. Joao Felix, another player, he's been a baller. In fact, at the start of the season, he really carried the team. Credit to Joao Felix. At the time, scoring hat-tricks and assisting and creating the goals and all of that. And then, as always, Cristiano the Great Ronaldo was always coming up with the big goals, coming up with important goals, encouraging the team, fighting for the team. When they wanted to sign players in January. The PIF said they won't give them money. But the PIF was giving Al Hilal money to sign Karim Benzema from another PIF team, Al Ittihad. And Ronaldo said, no, this is not good for the league. In the end, we've seen that the end justifies the what? The means. So Ronaldo is a champion. We are champions of the Saudi Pro League.
Cristiano
relation to Cristiano
Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro.
On the 30th of
Portugal,
May,
let me do a quick LPM. Yeah. You are lucky, you are lucky that Arteta, Charlie, after that episode, Arteta called me into a meeting because he knows that I'm very petty. And he said, my son, calm down, don't worry, our time will come. But you see, Jesus, he turned the other cheek. You are lucky I'm following my Father in heaven. All roads lead to the Aviation Social Center on the 30th of May. The Lord will do it for us again. Arsenal against PSG. It's Hits FM, rep your jersey. We'll start from 10 a.m. We'll jam. The match will start at 4 p.m. And after the match, we'll continue the celebrations into the night. Turn up! We'll be there. Sponsored by TCL, Star Oil, Soccer Bets, Didi Shito, Heineken, Twisco Chocolate, Food, Drink, Ashesi University, Heritage Christian University, Ayuda, Franco Trading Enterprise, Day by Day Men, Citizen Sports Mall, Aquadot Natural Mineral Water, and DSTV. Actually, let me come to you.
Yeah.
As for the Brazil one, I don't want us to go there because it will trigger me. And I'm the host today, and I'm in a good mood. But let's talk about one that is close to home. Our opponents at the World Cup, England, have named their squad. And thanks to the Telegraph, most of us were able to burden the emotional hit.
Charlie, say Ghanaian journalists, you'll be John.
We'll be John, Charlie. We'll be John.
If you do the Telegraph thing.
No, I will say we like the surprises from the FA. Yeah, we like.
We did the Brazil, we did it.
We did it. Yeah. We don't like leaking and spoiling things. No Harry Maguire. No Cole Palmer. No Jared Bowen.
Phil Foden.
No Phil Foden.
Adam
no
Watson.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. As for Adam Watson, oh boy, he's been playing for Crystal Palace. He said, shock. We are talking about the players who are already big players and playing for big teams. Were you surprised? Or are you surprised by some of the call-ups? And which ones?
I was. And if you go, especially if you listen to what Tuchel himself said, I think somewhere in March, where he said the England squad has to reflect the strength and the best of the Premier League. Following from that, if you have some of the best performers in the Premier League who have shown that they can do well under Thomas Tuchel in England colours, so they check to both boxes, right? The first criteria, which is suitability to what the manager wants to do, and the later variable that he added, that you have to be among the best performing in the Premier League, and you still don't make the cuts, then there has to be some serious explanation, especially for some of the names. Harry Maguire is one of them. Maguire started 14 out of the 16 games under United's renaissance since Carrick's appointment.
Okay.
And since Carrick was appointed, United have been the best team in the Premier League. Maguire has been central to that. In terms of experience of playing for the national team, he has it. He's represented England at the last 4 major tournaments. So he's not exactly a new player. And if you look at the performance levels, it'll be very difficult to convince me that in this, especially in 2026, that Ezri, Konsa, Gohi, and all of those players are by some distance better than him to the extent that he's not even in the top 4 or top 5 centre-backs that England have got. But we probably should have seen this coming when he himself said Maguire is like number 5 on the list of centre-backs that England have got. And this was, I think, in the last international window. So I understand why Maguire took to social media to express his disappointment. My only issue was that he came before the squad. But as Tuchel himself has said, Maguire told him his peace of mind before. He said they spoke and he told him he was very disappointed. Basically told him everything that he had put on social media. So he didn't, nothing there took him by surprise except the decision to take it to social media, because he felt after that conversation they should have buried the hatchets. Phil Foden and Cole Palmer, I'm not too surprised. If you listen to his explanation, he says they cannot go to the World Cup with 5 number 10s and try to force some of them into other positions. The problem that Phil Foden and Cole Palmer face is that this is a manager who accommodates at best one number 10 in his squad. So there's not even enough room for him to say that I am cramming all of them into that squad. Everything I've seen of England under him and the squad selection suggests to me you're going to see a 4-3-3, 2 number 8s, 1 sitter, 2 wide players, and a centre forward. And if that is how he's going to play, Rice has got one of the midfield positions under lock and key. Elliot Anderson. Bellingham because of who he is. So those 3 midfield positions are locked. Kobe Menu will compete for one of those slots, then the other midfield options that they have got. So your number 10s would have to either come and compete with central midfield positions or the wide players who have had very good campaigns. Even Anthony Gordon, who has not exactly been great in the Premier League, has been one of the best performers in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford played a blinder for Barcelona. On the right side, he's got Saka. When he's fit, he produces more from that wide position than Phil Foden will, than Cole Palmer ever will. So, stylistically, it was not going to be a great fit for him to accommodate too many number 10s. If he takes 1 or 2 there, it is because when the game requires a bit of tactical dynamism, he will. And even then, his personal preference for Morgan Rogers has been well known. And so if it came to it, Rogers was always going to get the nod over those other players. And fundamentally, Foden and Cole Palmer have not performed. And that is the biggest issue. In comparison to all the number 10s and even the wide players. That's why I established the premise that first, what the manager wants and the way he's setting this team up, those players cannot compete with any of the wide players because that is not even their position. I don't think this man is going to the World Cup to play a number 10. It won't happen. If it will be a number 10, it's probably be Bellingham with 2 other midfielders there or Morgan Rogers.
Morgan Rogers will start.
Yes. But apart from that, I don't see what metric by which Phil Foden and Cole Palmer would outperform any of the wide options or the attacking midfield options.
Fent, you seem to have some strong disagreements.
I just felt like, I understand what Achu is saying, and it has to be said that often, especially when it comes to national team, and in fact, to quote Tuchel himself, he has said that, and that's actually something I love about what he said. He said that the 26 players that he's taking to the World Cup are not necessarily the most talented 26 players. I'm quoting him. He said it today, after the squad was released.
Yeah.
He's taking the 26 players that he feels can do a job for him, and use the word the most committed. And he's also, they've had 2 camps in the autumn, and they've had certain players that he believes have built a certain chemistry and a certain energy around them that he wants to rely on to go to the World Cup. So I understand that. The players that have been left out have not been left out necessarily because they are less talented than the ones in the squad. It's just a case that, as Achu mentioned, it's just a style keeping them out. But still, I feel like for someone like Cole
Palmer... No, Achu didn't say it's just the style keeping them out. He said other
competitions
things.
For those places.
The style and form. Cole Palmer, without the 2 seasons before this season, has been one of the worst performers in the Premier League. And in fact, he's been one of Chelsea's worst players this season. Phil Foden has been one of City's worst players this season. And we are in a World Cup season where Morgan Rogers has just been voted the best Europa League player, and he might go on to be Aston Villa's best player this season. And there is Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid, who, by the share Belinus, Foden and Cole Palmer can compete. Yeah. So for Cole Palmer and Phil Foden, it has nothing to do with the position. It's just a matter of form and the competition. Truly, if Chelsea had a better number 10 this season, Palmer wouldn't have seen a lot of games.
True.
And that is why Foden didn't see a lot of games at City, because Semenyo came To the extent that Pep even started playing Savinho ahead of him at times. Semenyo and Cherki, they displaced Foden. If you can't get ahead of Cherki and Semenyo came from Bournemouth, it's our own brothers, I can say it, then how are you going to get ahead of Morgan Rogers, who, by the way, didn't miss a single Premier League game for Aston Villa, who finished in top 4 and have won the Europa League? So there was no way, absolutely no way. And again, the Hurricane guy, that guy, Harry. Yeah, he can easily be another number 10 if he wants to go too top. Ivan Toney Hurricane or Oli Watkins Hurricane. So what's the use of Kopama and Foden if they are not in form?
Easy.
I don't even think that's the point I was trying to make.
Obama no play past Ebere. You know this. No. Oh, call it Ebere.
You know play pass.
You see, I think any argument you make for number 10 in the England squad, I don't even think the conversation should be about Rodgers or either of those two. I don't think that's even debatable, because Morgan Rogers, he's had an unbelievable season, and apart from that as well, he's proven to be quite reliable, and the manager seems to fancy him a lot. He says something that I want to pick on and maybe slightly disagree, but obviously it just sounds silly because he's the coach. He makes all these decisions. But he says that there is no point in him taking a lot of number 10s and forcing them to play in positions where he doesn't think they can do or give their best. So that brings me to the wide areas. You mentioned Saka, an absolute starter every single time.
Premier League winner Madueke.
Then there is Madueke.
Yeah.
Now
that one.
That's the point I've tried to make the whole time. Sicho hasn't allowed me to even go there.
I'm happy Noni is in the squad.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
It's consistent with
Let me ask you a question.
No, let me calm down.
I want to ask you a question.
I'm happy
he's there, but you're surprised.
Yes.
I want to ask a question. Are you in any world playing Cole Palmer as a right winger ahead of Noni? Are you playing Foden?
I'm not comparing
Gerald.
It's Bowen.
No,
I'm surprised.
but the reason I brought in Cole and Phil Foden is because he's on Cole Palmer.
I wasn't only on Cole Palmer.
Oh, sorry.
So I was looking at that wide area, and he talked about the fact that he wouldn't want to pick a player who can't do a job there, even if they are they're very talented and very skillful. The Madueke position where he's going to play at the World Cup, where he plays, I'm looking at the Premier League, and you mentioned Jarrod Bowen, and I think there's a really good case for Jarrod Bowen for sure.
A good case for Jarrod.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. But I'm also looking at, and I can be wrong, but I'm looking at Madueke and the job he does out wide. I'm looking at a player like Cole Palmer, and I'm thinking, what exactly does Madueke do as a wide player that Cole Palmer can't do?
He's more direct. And anytime Arsenal used Madueke, he presented
how has that? Look, I want to see what the impact of that is.
This season, Madueke has even played. But listen, as for Cole Palmer, it's not even an argument. This season,
hold on.
Madueke has even played better. However,
how do you define better?
Performances.
So what defines a performance?
Palmer has flopped. Palmer is one of Chelsea's flop.
What do you mean by flop? You see, what are you using?
Everything.
Okay. Oh no. So let's go through them then.
Let me go through it. Palmer is known for two major things.
Yeah. Has he lost his skill?
Hang on. He's known for his. As for skill,
No, not Keche. Hold on. I've just asked one question. Has he lost his skill?
Let him answer.
He's known for his passing. He's known for his creativity. And he's known for his goals.
Yes.
He's done none of them this season. All three. 0.
Okay. Cole Palmer has outscored Madueke. How about that? This season.
Oh, listen.
What do you mean, listen? You just said he's lost his goals.
Yes.
And he's out of form. But he's outscored the one that is in form.
How many goals has Palmer scored this season?
10 in all competitions. Madueke 7.
Yes. Thank you. Now we are comparing Cole Palmer, who the manager sees as a number 10. To Madueke, who the Madueke.
No, I get that.
So
no. But I asked a question that you didn't answer. I said, what is it that Madueke is better than doing than Cole Palmer?
He said,
and I'm saying that directness. What
what impact has it had? And that's what led us to the numbers. And in the numbers, he's not been better than Cole Palmer. So what's the point?
Hang on. How many games has Palmer started this season?
And Palmer, it's not like Palmer can't play there.
He can't. Not better
He's
than
played
Madueke.
out wide many times.
He
You
can't
know
be
this.
better than Madueke.
Why not?
Because he's just not rapid enough to begin with too. And listen. In Chelsea, Palmer would have the liberty to hold on to the ball, cut the ball back, and now that's even one of the problems that people even had with the Maranska team. At times they said they were boring to work because they slowed attacks. Palmer is not a wide player. He is not. And my point is, how many games has Madueke started this season as compared to Cole Palmer? Right?
Way more.
How many minutes has Cole Palmer played?
He's been injured, to be fair. You know this already.
Madueke too has had his injury problem this season.
He's not the same.
Yes, that's what I'm comparing.
Palmer's been injured for wide spells, like long spells. You know this.
But I'm saying that when he has been fit, he has had consistent run of games. Madueke now also watches 7 as compared to the Palmer 10. Madueke doesn't even have consistent run of games. And the point is, if there's any player who was going to come in for Madueke, it would have been Jarrell Bowen.
Yeah.
Not Cole Palmer. As for Cole Palmer, his competition is Morgan Rogers. You can't beat Morgan Rogers. You are going to eye the second choice. You are going to eye the second
Palmer
option.
has played more than 700 more minutes than Noni Madueke.
So the 10 and 7, the 10 goals and 7 goals. It's neither here nor there. And I'm saying, look, you know the issue about when they signed Madueke, and I mentioned it here on the show, that he's a very good backup option. But would he accept his role as a backup option? Some way, Arteta even didn't have that problem because Saka too.
You mentioned that.
Correct. Now here's the thing. Anytime when Saka was flopping and Arteta was bold enough to take Saka off, we saw it in the game against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
He changed Arsenal's attack.
Changed the game.
He's more direct. He's more daring. He might not find the end product always, but at least he pushes the threat is there. Cole Palmer this season, we know him to have been a dangerous player 2 seasons ago. This season, if Cole Palmer is holding the ball, nobody's tackling him. Everybody allows him to do what we do. He can't pass. He can't find the pass.
But to be honest, you see, sometimes look, I'm not here to make a point for Cole Palmer and say no. Let me finish the sentence. I'm not here to make a point for Cole Palmer and say he's had an excellent season. That's not the conversation. He hasn't, by his own standards. But it's been an okay season. And we're saying that, for me, and this is my view, obviously, so I'm saying that when you have a player, if we have a player like Cole Palmer is a game changer. He's a game winner. And that, for me, is the reason I would love players like him. We saw him at the Euros, right? He didn't play much. Yeah. But every time he was called upon, he was crucial. And he was one of England's best players at the Euros, and he didn't even play much.
Hold on,
I'm coming. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but
that's fair.
And just a question.
That was coming off about his best season.
No, actually, I want to ask you a question as England coach, based on the point you made. That Palmer, you are basically saying Palmer is a game changer. He's a maverick, the sort of player who can come on and change it.
He's got a set, we saw at the Club World Cup.
No,
right?
It's true. It's
as
true.
well.
He does have
right,
it.
and he's shown that he can do it in the. He's shown that he can do it in the heat.
So that's no. I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm just saying that if you were England coach and Tuchel has selected a team for you,
I drop Madueke and play and take Palmer.
When you look at, don't you see enough game changers in there?
I had a shock.
The England squad.
Yeah, because the argument is...
but you can never have enough game changers. You know this. It's football. You need as much as you can get.
But Madueke is a game changer. This season, Madueke's major... It's true.
Comparison to who?
I like Chelsea fans, and Fencho is one of them. They see Madueke through the Chelsea lens.
Exactly.
And when Madueke was at Chelsea, I said it that Madueke is not a Premier League winner. I told you that the signings you are making are not necessarily bad. It is the team you are forming that is bad. Arteta picked Madueke from that Chelsea lot, brought him to Arsenal, and he changed a lot of games for them.
You speak like Chelsea didn't know what they had. That guy went for 50 million. You know what it takes to sell a player for 50 million? They knew who plays the value on the player. So they knew that he was a good player.
Look, the mere fact that the target of comparison is the second choice right winger defeats the entire purpose of making even a case for
no problem.
It is in itself an admission that the guy
you must go to the World Cup.
Why?
Look, even the numbers.
Can we talk about Brazil and João Pedro?
The numbers that could make.
I've turned off your mics because we have just 3 minutes to go. We are not going anywhere.
Because the thing is, like, I don't understand.
We are not going anywhere because I am the host of the show, and you see, I think that we should take on topics that make sense. It must make sense to me first before we talk about the thing. Now, your argument, who is better than Hendrick in that team? Who is better? Those who have been left out of the team, who is better than Hendrick? Who is better than Igor Thiago? Who is better than Neymar? If you can't mention a name, don't bring that Joao Pedro thing. If he was good, like they'll take him there. We'll say he's better than Mateus Cunha. Cunha is going to the World Cup. The guy sat there, people called him. Do you people, are you people more intelligent than the Brazilian technical team? What are you talking about? Carlo Ancelotti has selected his team. You are telling Carlo that he's wrong. What do you know? What do you know? In fact, let's talk about the Ghana. In fact, we won't even talk about it. The Black Stars of Ghana are playing. Yes, that's what I say we won't talk about. I'm telling them, but we won't talk about it. I will tell them. Ghana is playing at 2 a.m. We are giving you live build-up and live match on Joy Prime, Saturday morning dawn. So tonight, don't sleep, 2 a.m. Or sleep and wake up, set alarm from 1:30 a.m. Black Stars without Carlos Queiroz against Mexico. It is Desmond Affair who will take over the team. That thing that they've gone to release. We knew this thing long time. You've come to do this bad PR, say the guy due to personal reasons. You had no intention of letting him. He himself didn't have any intention of going to coach that game. Now see the players you've gone to take to the match, want to chop money free. See, we've crossed the show. Arsenal are champions. If God will do it for me again, God should do it for me again. And on the 30th of May, Hits FM Rep Your Jersey Aviation Social Center will be there. Arsenal against PSG. Until then, keep on listening to Joy 99.7 FM. Shout outs to all Ghanaians. We champions. Happy birthday to Sicho, Sue, Al-Nassr are champions. If you don't have a trophy, go and cry about Kopama and Joao Pedro. You don't have anything. We have assists. Chu is an assist. You've not won anything, and you are there crying. Charlie, how do I end the show? Because
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. I love you all, especially the Ghanaians. Shout out to my wife. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. We are champions. Oh, my God. I'll finish.
BBC.